This is Ken Youmans from the Ibanez booth at NAMM. What we have now, for those of you who don't know, the Bass Workshop is the place where we take all kinds of crazy and experimental ideas. Sometimes they're ideas that have been out there in the bass community for a while and are played with on the boutique level. Sometimes they're our own innovations, and sometimes they're a mixture. So the newest thing from the Bass Workshop is fan fret models. We have a 6-string and a 5-string. For those of you not familiar with the fan fret concept, which probably looks a little daunting when a player first looks at it, I can assure you that when you put it on, that splayedness actually starts to disappear, and many players find it much more ergonomically comfortable. But that's not the big reason. The big reason to do this is scale length. There are optimum scale lengths. For a bass string, generally the longer, the better, the fuller the bottom. On the treble side, usually a sweeter, rounder tone. So the idea with fan fret is, let's have it the best of both worlds here. You can see on the bass side, we have, I believe it's 35.5 inches from tip to toe here. And on the treble side, we're looking at 30, it's an 1.5 inch difference between the two. So you have a much longer bass string than you do have a treble string. So both comfortable and optimizing tone. And this particular model, obviously based on our SR model, you have an ash body, Bartolone pickups. I believe we have a Jatoba neck. Jatoba is a new hardwood that we've been using more and more, that we find to be very, very dependable, solid. All right, now let's take a look at what we're calling the Bolo. This is also from the Bass Workshop. Those of you probably already very familiar with the BTB concept. The BTB concept, some people call it our boutique bass. Well, what we've done with this is take it down to a 33-inch scale. So with 33-inch scale, we're looking at, we actually factory tuned it up. So instead of what would normally be the B string, we got an E. Treble string would go to a C. And the idea of the Bolo, and the Bolo is Italian for taking off, for flying. So for you players that really have command over the fretboard, what we've done is create a speed instrument for you. The other thing that will add to the speed and comfort is that we added in a Rosewood Ramp, very similar to what Gary Willis has been using for years. And the idea is very simple, which is it keeps you from digging in too deep, so that you can maintain the kind of speed that you need to. We're looking at Bartolone pickups here. Maple Babinga neck. So, as with most SRs, we're looking at a mahogany body, but as you take a look at these, you'll see that in terms of woodwork, really refined and really high end. We're also looking at Nordstrom pickups, which everyone tells us is just absolutely amazing, and absolutely amazing at the price point that these basses are selling. New from Ibanez this year is the Talman bass. And for those of you who know Ibanez, you know that the Talman shape has been around for a while. There were Talman guitars back in the 90s. There's some Talman acoustics. So the bass designers now have gotten a hold of the Talman shape. And so what you have is a sort of a vintage style maybe late 50s, early 60s. You know, there's a lot of people who want to buy these basses off of eBay and then get a hold of them and realize, oh, this is like owning an MG or a Triumph. I'm fixing it more than I'm using it. And I think the thing that Ibanez does really, really well, I mean, among the many things it does really well, is that we're able to make a bass at a very, very affordable price point that is just fully playable, can be used by players at all levels. So we'll take a look at the Talman 300. What we're looking at here is a bound neck, abalone inlays, faux tortoiseshell pickguard, P&J pickups with a switch so that you could just go to the brighter bridge pickups.
It's Jake trying out the new Ibanez bass.
Oh yeah.
Go Jake.
So for more information about the Talman or any of the basses that we've talked about before, Ibanez.com. I think you're going to love what you see.